Very, very warm. Good evening. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. You're live on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. I'm so sorry that I'm nearly an hour late than original time planned, or even later than 10:30. As I said, sorry, stuck in traffic, and yeah, it's a hot and humid day here in Germany. 30 degrees. Some of you might say, "Hey, it's not warm," but if you remember that in the last few days it was 8, 9 degrees at night. Yeah, that's what quite warm. Yeah, another day, another live. Today I've said I'll do a Indian football Q&A, an open one where you can ask your queries, your questions that you have on Indian football, and yeah, let's talk and chat about things, and let's try and sort of have another chat. Hello, Dada. Hope you're doing well. Ashraf, thanks a lot. I'm fine. As I said, feeling a little warm, otherwise good. Hope you're doing fine as well. Arman Maiti says, Anwar received 27.5 lakhs less. Let's see, despite more pay the full transfer fee. Telly's wanting more than 3% of transfer fee of Anwar. Let's see. Chai Chetaki. Yeah, good question. Hello, Blue. Hello, King Lost. Welcome back, guys. Yeah, so that's that so-called situation in regard to Anwar, and what's happening, what's not happening around the player, or what's happening, what's not happening, and yeah, and again we are in a situation that. That's that. Let's talk about other things that have happened. As you've seen in the last few days, Mumbai City have signed amongst Indian players Daniel Lalempuya, Syed Sahil Panwar, Hardik Bhatt, and today Hitesh Sharma joins on loan, which I find a very interesting signing, in my opinion. Hi Sanskar, Hitesh Sharma. I thought in 80K days, that this boy has something more in him. Didn't live up to his full potential. Maybe one can sadly have to say, but that's Indian football, I guess, for us. And Hitesh then went to Hyderabad. Manolo got really, and I thought that was. He got the maximum out of it, and went to Odisha last season on loan. Didn't do that well, but who knows? Peter Kratke has worked wonders with certain players. So therefore, let's wait and see what Hitesh can potentially do at Mumbai City. Sanskar, he's a midfielder. Potentially can play in wing. He can be attacking player, theoretically also holding. So therefore, yeah, let's wait and see if he can. Let's see. Hi, Ishan. Let me just see. Did Anwar arrive for training today? Asri Run Machine, if I am correctly informed, then no. And again, if anybody was expecting him to arrive, that would be something, yeah, something of a surprise. But he wasn't there at the training, and therefore that's the reality. What did I miss? Have you seen Jigson being unveiled at the East Bengal ground? Yes, I've seen some pictures and footages. Yeah. Can Anwar get less salary legal from Delhi FC? Blue. What do you expect with how the whole story has been going, right? Let's see what happens. When I was AFF announced Changte as men's player of the year, yes, and who else would be my question? I mean, Lalinzwala Changte was the best Indian footballer last season, so therefore, my heartiest congratulations to Changte on winning, deservingly winning that award. I think nobody else deserves it more than him. I think he's done a brilliant job. And therefore, Changte has received an award which he deserves. Should be a permanent transfer, they say, the Sharma. Asri Run Machine, again, it's on loan. So therefore, yeah. Sorry, Mr. RB to get transcendence. Hello, sir. Hope you're doing good. Anurag, hi, welcome. Good to have you back. Hitesh is replacing Apuya or maybe another coming player. Sanskar, he is not a real replacement of Apuya, I would think. Hitesh Sharma just adds, so to say, a little bit of width in regard to our midfield options. As I've said, there are certain players that Mumbai City has signed in the last few weeks. As I said, Daniel Alempuya, Sahil Panwar, Hardik Bhatt, and now Hitesh Sharma. I think it's also about the squad. I think Mumbai City had, last season the success because they also had a good squad strength. So this is a squad strength. Are they trying to sign someone as an Apuya replacement? Yes, they were. Have they been able to? No, they haven't so far. So therefore, let's wait and see if Mumbai City can really fulfill that and bring in a player as a real replacement for Apuya. Again, the market doesn't have too many. Jigson is now off the market, but let's wait and see. Again, I'm interested to see what happens. We are in the situation we are in, and therefore let's wait and see what happens in regard to that Apuya's replacement. Apuya is irreplaceable. Who's better, Apuya or Jigson based impact on a team? I would say Apuya, but I think Apuya is more of a complete midfielder. Jigson is more of a disruptor. So therefore for me, that's something. Heard Delhi FC earned 2.25 crore for more for 4 now. Now he's again dealing with you for 3 crore transfer fee for same player. Don't you think we have some historic decision? Tipturaj, I've said that, whenever I don't know whoever's seen it, I've done now 4 videos on the matter. For me, it's very, very clear. Here, there is nothing in regard to the poor player. This is greed. Is it on the player's part? Is it on his agent part? Is it on his club's part? Again, the agent has disowned him. His real agent has disowned him. So therefore, for me, that's an interesting one as well. So therefore, for me, it's a very weird scenario. So let's wait and see what happens. Hello, sir. Hi, Igor Stimach. Welcome back. Have you read the KL Now recent insight on Anwar deal? There is no pay Anwar for likes. Igor Stimach, what have I been saying? There have been a lot of fanboys of this gentleman. I've been saying, listen, he's been a problem. He is a problem. But again, those who want to be fanboys, be fanboys. Though if you believe these people, and we've had now multiple people causing problems in football, be fanboys of this. Starting with our head coach, with our former secretary, with this gentleman, all of these guys. They're scamming the system. And people have been supporting these people. Others have looked away, even we've all looked away. We said, karne do, kya hoga? They're destroying the system. And, best coach Khalid between coaches or foreign coaches included. Nah. Forget, if you include the foreigners, forget it, even amongst the Indian, no. Khalid has a job in the ISL. That doesn't mean that he's the best Indian coach. So therefore, let's see. RCB Run Machine, when do you think CFJ will start taking Mumbai City FC seriously, like call the entire team for preseason, one of their other teams? How many of the other teams are doing that, RCB Run Machine? They're all independent to a certain extent, right? All these clubs in the CFG group. But also the others, right? I mean, how often is City playing, Man City playing New York City or Melbourne City or Girona, Troyes, Lommel. It's not a regular thing, right? They take Mumbai City very seriously. Otherwise, they would have not. Why would you otherwise then use it as a platform to train your coaches, which you've done with the other teams as well? Girona has been a testing ground for certain players. Troyes has been, Lommel has been. Do you think our CDM position is sorted with Apuya, Jixon, and Tangri? Yes and no, because I say if all of them are fit, we're sorted. My biggest concern with some of the players is they are injury prone. Jixon sadly belongs to that part. Tangri belongs to that. Others have also been injured. So therefore, that's another problem. Are they really playing a whole season? That's another huge problem, in my opinion. So that means attacking players who cannot replace him, maybe Putea or Vivian come, but who will choose if you're in the MFC management? See, Hitesh can play as a holding player. He's not, he's not an out-and-out attacking player. And Hitesh could be someone to work on who could play with Yoel Fanif. I would love to see Vibin join, to be very honest. Is Vibin ready? I don't know. Maybe Vibin is ready next year. Putea is someone I love. So therefore, I wouldn't mind having Putea as well. But I don't see Odisha selling Putea at the market. But I know that Mumbai City are still looking for someone in that midfield. Let's see. Godfather betrays own student. Horrible. Did you expect something else? Sorry. Yeah, the allergy is still there. Ashish Khan has reported that with banking records instead of 15 lakhs per month, he's getting 12.25 lakhs, no portion of a grower shared with Anwar. Clear violation. Raj Fatim, who's going to question that? Right? Now, Ashish is coming out because he's been poked. And again, if you had asked me beforehand who I would trust more, Ranjit or Ashish Negi, I would have said Ashish. Because Ashish tries to do things in the best possible way for Indian football, period. Auditor, well, Anwar does not play for Bagan again, but is there anywhere can continue to feature in Bagan's roster legally after PSC? I don't think so. If see, the point is both sides are trying to terminate, not both sides, sorry. Anwar is trying to terminate his contract with Mohun Bagan. Mohun Bagan is saying we want to keep him. But you and I know that Mohun Bagan don't want to really keep him. It's just, keeping him as long enough and not enabling him to easily, so to say, jump ship and join East Bengal. I think that's the situation as it stands at the moment. So to me, I would say that after the PSC has given its verdict, if both sides are happy and they live with it, they take it. Or if one side is not happy, the one side will then go to FIFA and then we'll fight it at the next level. But as long as no decision is taken, Anwar can't go anywhere. Sanskar MMC when well done, well in a regular play in ASL, come in the playoff with ASL, then I think he'll take seriously, but Kantan they don't care, but in future they can. It has nothing to do with ACL. We are nowhere near the ACL. No Indian club is going to play ACL in the next 3 years. So why we're talking about ACL? ACL 2 doesn't matter. There are commercial things which are more important than success on the field. And on the commercial side, we've spoken about it, what the situation in Indian football is. Houston personally, I don't want any ISL coach. They have given result with foreign players also. At some time, these coaches were giving excuses when results were not going their way. Igor Stimach, you said it very, very well. It's my opinion as well. I would not like someone with an ISL background sort of to come in. Because also you've said these are the problems, but then also nepotism comes in because they'll say, oh no, I'll take this player, take player. To me, I've said Kaisuke Honda would be my favorite if I was asked, because I think that's the kind of profile I would like. and someone like, as I said, Antoine Hai. Let's see where it goes. So Real has a very different transfer strategy, but after losing Lenny Euro, do you think they're gonna use the same tactic, or it's time for them to actually buy players and not wait for contract expire? Sometimes Real Madrid waits for a contract to expire, sometimes they splurge, right? And it's Real Madrid, it's Barca, it's the big clubs in England, it's Bayern, it's PSG, it's Milan, it's Juve, it's Inter Milan. All of them do the same thing. Hope PSG will settle this kind of issue once and for all, giving historic decision. Otherwise, this kind of godfathers will ruin players' life. Yeah. Somnath, sir, will size sports ministry monetary commission to hire a new coach will count as a government intervention? No. Financial aid, it will sold. That's financial support. That is allowed. If the government got involved in the decision of who should be the coach, that is third-party interference that could lead to a potential FIFA ban. But financial support, yeah, let's see. Delisi want more money. That's why they created this Anwar Ali saga. Delisi is the main villain. I said that, right? That's said it from the start. It's all about money. I said it on my lives multiple times. And I called it a saga on the first day. I know people said, no, it's over tomorrow. I said, this is going to be a saga. Sorry. Even Brandon is injury prone. Yeah, he is. And I have a problem with players. Like Sahal has been injured, Brandon has been injured, Ashik has been injured. We've had a lot of players injured. I have to say, Anwar Saga opens so many scams. Has, or maybe it will do even more. Let's see. Hi, Arunava. Hey, Shaggy. Hope you're doing fine. Good day. Has Anwar joined Mohan Bagan Super Giant Pack? Wasn't today the day he was asked to join? Yes, he was supposed to join. But so far, I have not heard anything or seen any footage that Anwar Ali was anywhere near the Mohan Bagan training ground. Dhruva Jyoti, I want to see Vibin Falguni playing in the midfield. Yeah, why not? Sal is also injury prone and attacking midfield. Very true. SB 1994, welcome back. As per as the current situation is between Mohan Bagan, do you think both parties should sit together and sort out the problem? Is it possible? Your thoughts? I don't think it's possible anymore. I think this is, as it's gone to the PSC, and it will be sorted there, or it will go to FIFA or maybe CAS. And I think, but CAS is in a situation where, let's say, it will take a while. So that's the question for Anwar is in a very tricky situation. He could lose the next season of his career. So or this season, 24-25. Sanskrit Boy, if you want to pick one from the FC system, which will be selected if you both are in the market, we're going to put there, choose only one. I would pick Putia because Putia is more complete as a player. Vibin is someone maybe next year or the year after. Shokasir, with players debuting as young as 15, do you think this needs to stop? Although they're more injury prone and same thing can happen like what happened with Ansu Fati. It can't stop because the clubs have the right, the players have the right. If they're good enough, they'll play. I mean, Lamine Yamal proved at 16 that he's good enough to play for Barca, and at 15 he proved it, at 16 even more, and 16 he proved he was good enough to play for Spain. So to me, the question is not if he's good enough or he's not good enough. If he's able, and again, injury is a general problem. Ansu Fati, yes, is a good example, but injury prone, that's something. Also, Ben had regular almost for full last season. Sanskar, yes, but he did miss a few matches due to injuries. I respect for what you're doing for Indian football by speaking truth, which is found rarely in Indian football. Ego much. Thank you so much. That's one of those things I try at least to do. Shayan, I'm a big your fan. Thank you. You're a big fan. Do you think any Indian big name player will be signed by Mohun Bagan or any other Indian player? Please reply. Big name looks difficult, but I think Mohun Bagan is still out and out to search for an Indian centre back. Again, I think Anwar Ali returning is not happening. So let's see. Dhruvajyoti, I think I too don't want any current ISL or former ISL coaches because they're going to be player preferences, but the coaches in the earlier version of ISL would be a good deal because the players have changed a lot. Yeah, maybe. Kaisuke Honda is good, but did he have 10, 15 years of coaching experience? He doesn't have the 10, 15 years of coaching experience, but it goes too much for me. He's someone who's played at the highest level. He's captain Japan. He's played in the World Cup. He's played in some of the biggest clubs in Europe. I mean, if I just go through his player profile, that itself is impressive, right? So if you think he's 38, coached 5 years in Cambodia, right? On and off. Started off at Fenlo, spent time at CSK Moscow, played at AC Milan, played at Pachuca, played at Melbourne Victory, came back to Europe to play for Vitesse, played in Brazil for Botafogo. So for me, 98 matches for Japan, and that as a captain as well. So therefore, for me, that's something which I feel is something which is very, very interesting. So therefore, for me, and the thing is, he was actually still playing, so therefore it's an interesting, I feel it's an interesting story and an interesting profile. It's been 1994. As per the current situation is concerned between Mohun Bagan, Supergiant, and Anwar, do you think both parties should sit together? As I said, I don't think so. That will happen. Amit Shaw, there's no coach update. There's supposedly a short list. Shouldn't Anwar need to talk? We want to imagine that Delhi isn't paying him. I tried to terminate immature decision. Blue, he is with his with Delhi FC, right? So he knows what the thing is. I'm not going to comment on if and how and why the salary is not. Vinayak, hello sir. I want to be a coach, so I have to start from India. I have to go outside India. If you can help, it means a lot. Vinayak, the question is, becoming a coach, you have to start somewhere. And where do you want to go outside? I don't know where you would like to go outside. For me, my suggestion to you would be to start locally, get your badges, and then let's see where you can go in the future. Hi Murali, Belgium. What is missing package? Success. The only thing which is missing for Belgium is success with all the talents. Best of luck, sir. Thanks for your inputs. Thank you very much. Best of luck. Really means a lot. Not only for me, from you, but from everybody else who says, and I really mean it. So for me, that's important. And that's why I say, let's grow the community. Let's grow the channel. Subscribe to Arunfoot. Watch the videos that I'm doing. Keep supporting. Spread it amongst your friends. I did a video in the morning about Jigson. Yesterday, did my UEFA team of the tournament. I've explained in a few videos the whole Anwar situation, how it is, what it is. So therefore, spread it around, and thank you always for all your support that I'm getting. Like this video, share this video, and as always, subscribe to Arunfoot. I heard Igostima is going to give some money which he will perform his contract and wish to run Bajaj. I think that says it all, no? Sanskar, I'm angry on Greg. I mean, you terminated the contract and go free to his ex-club because you want to end your career in his home, but then next season you come in ISL, join rival, big club, won't want Supergiant. Sanskar, that's football. If I like it, if I like it, I like it, doesn't matter. That's football. And he's done that earlier in Jamshedpur. He said in Jamshedpur, if I come back to India, I'll join Jamshedpur and join Mumbai City. So therefore, these are realities, right? So, okay. Can't change it. So how many days it may take to come Anwar to the field? Best of luck. I fear for him with all that he's done and all that's happened. Uh, he is likely, in my understanding of what he's done, a one-sided termination, he at least will get a 6-month ban. So I don't see him playing, before early, not even early next year, mid next year, maybe in the worst case. So therefore, yeah, he's in serious trouble for what he's done. And you've picked the wrong opponent to do something like this. I think Mohun Bagan Supergiant, under the management of Sanjeev Goenka, will not take this lightly. Sir, can FIFA ban Ranjit from taking part in football if he is found the main culprit? RCB Run Machine, yes, they can. Dimi versus Dimi, who do you think is a better player in terms of impact? If I look at the last 2 seasons, I'll have to say Dimi Petratos. Again, Diamantakos has to prove something. Blue, according to Boria Mujum, the Anwar side is fine with 4 to 6 months ban, but they just want the compensation fee to be less. Listen, the compensation fee will be incredibly high because you have to pay out Mohun Bagan for whatever is part of the rest of the contract. Sorry. They'll have to pay a fine. And then you have to incur most probably, the legal costs, other costs that they can put on you. We're talking about 8 to 10 crores as compensation, minimum. One thing you see in football closely, which very poor according to you. Only leadership. We lack real leadership at the top. That's one of the biggest problems. Indian women smash back out of the park today. Why can't women's soccer in India perform with such authority? I take it men's football is hopeless. Ajit, good question, but I don't know. How did FC Goa found any news regarding Borja staying or leaving? Arnav, so far, it's an interesting one because normally FC Goa has built a very homogeneous Spanish armada, so to say. And this year they're going all over Europe, but I am not sure if Borja is staying or leaving. I'm sure Habas will prefer Manvir. That's why I don't want anyone from ISL. Yeah. Is there any chance Pepe joining an ISL club is a free play with market value of 4 crore? Shumatri, there was some rumors regarding Mohun Bagan during the Euros, but then Pepe performed. I think that Pepe, there will be a market for Pepe in Major League Soccer in North America or in the Saudi Pro League. So I don't see at the moment Pepe coming to India. Shaggy, here I have one question. Why does FC host AFC Asian Cup in 27 after the World Cup? Euros were held now. Doesn't it make any sense to hold the tournament of World Cup like Euros? The point is, if you look at this summer, and if you look at the last 4 or 5 weeks, the Euros were happening, and Copa America was happening. Anyone bothered about the Copa America? No. So then you have to find different windows. African Cup of Nations is something. Asian Cup is something. CONCACAF Gold Cup is something. Oceania, OFC Gold Cup is also there. So you have to figure out in those windows between 2 World Cups when you're going to host your continental championship, and it doesn't clash. The South Americans are arrogant. They thought, Euros, who cares? We're now going USA and we'll do this, we'll do that. And if you see the numbers clearly, no chance of a comparison. So that's the challenge that you have in trying to schedule international tournaments, and therefore the AFC had decided that they would hold the Asian Cup, so to say, directly after World Cup. Interestingly, what happened is normally Qatar would have hosted in November, December the World Cup, and in January the Asian Cup. It would happen 1 year later, so let's see. Sir, do you remember Boyan Kirkic, the 17-year-old debutant for Masia, called the next Messi by many fans? Showcase, there have been many next Messis, or next Maradonas, or next Pelés, or next this, next that. Yeah, he's one of them, but he didn't make it. Indian football cannot get more return money because of quality of football or results. Quality of football. And now, sir, how many applicants have been shortlisted for a national team coach? There's no number given. As per your understanding, who's the best alternative player of Anwar? Chaitanya, if I look at Mohun Bagan and look at the players in the market who are potentially available, I think that, again, we're talking about Kerala Blasters. I would say Holmipa, but otherwise looks tough in the market. Looks tough. Sanskar bro, sign foreign winger when you have foreign striker and attacking midfielders make defense weak. I mean, no foreign centre back backup. If foreign centre back and foreign can play in the team. Okay. How many people in Germany view Indian football good impression or bad associate nation? They don't even associate football with India, Murali. I think most of the world doesn't. So according to you, which players were real great leaders and captains in football? Someone who controlled dressing room, motivated teammates, and criticized if something was wrong. See, I think the biggest players in that sense most probably will be Franz Beckenbauer and Johann Cruyff. I think those were most probably, in that way, the most influential guys, especially Beckenbauer, the way he was. And I had the pleasure of meeting him a few times. But in those days, I mean, I think this is very, very important. As a football fan, it will be miserable to see Anwar Ali suspended for a whole season, but the person who bring him back to mainstream football is not bothered. He's busy with his business. Horrible. Yeah, it's been 1994. That's the brutal reality of how things are at the moment, right? I mean, the thing is, to me, is the player has chosen a path, chosen a route, which is not helping him. Very simply said, right? I mean, he's if he had taken a right decision, a wise decision, he would not be in the situation he is in at the moment. And that's the reality of, Can we appeal any decision against FIFA? FIFA is final. Yes, you can theoretically appeal to FIFA, but FIFA's decision is final. Which one current transfer player come from top league player? Sanskar, none that I can, Did Mr. Sanjay Gonkar took this Anwar saga personally since he doesn't love to lose, especially against a con man? See, I don't know if he took it personally, but again, the rule is on Mohun Bagan's side. The player has unilaterally terminated a contract. And then they try to, find some reasons to do it, and that hasn't worked for them. That's the summary of the whole situation, sadly, that the player wanted to terminate a contract, which he can't terminate. Simple as that. That's the brutal reality of the whole situation as we stand and we speak at the moment. And Anwar Ali is a Mohun Bagan player, but he's sort of suspended because of the whole situation. And then we'll see what happens next. And then if Anwar Ali remains in this situation, or what does the PSC take a decision? When Bhutia Vision didn't have structural development process, still they are better in technique compared to the players. Are they national gifted players? I'm Vijan, yes. I'm Vijan, as I've said a few times in the past, is the most talented Indian footballer that I've seen in my life. Brilliant. And Baichung is one of the most hardworking players. And therefore, different characters, but hard, great players. What happened? Was it your player? It was fake rumor, or was there gone any player? Or was never gone any player? Mohun Bagan approached players, but players didn't want to come. Listen, we're still India. We're still Indian football. It's not easy for even when you throw money, players will think thrice. Yoni Kauku came after the last Euro, right? But yeah. Just imagine if you refuse to pay a hefty compensation like 10 crore or something. I don't think they can pay then. Then what will happen to Anwar? Anwar will have to pay it off. Delhi FC, and then Delhi FC gets a ban as well. There was this Honda shortlist, so at least the players will get good at set piece if he becomes the manager. I don't even know. You know, one thing Copa you hated most apart from administration. Only I didn't watch Copa. I just watched a few highlights, so therefore I can't comment on Copa. I don't want what comment. Dependo is arguably the best reason one by is very technical on the ball. Jyoti, but the physical aspect needs to be better. He's physically not ready for a whole season. Ogni, if Mohan does not give us, it doesn't want Anwar to leave legally anyway, can leave Mohan Bagan. Yeah. Pay off the remainder of what is pending with Mohan Bagan and then get a either try and get an NOC, mutual termination, or the PSC will tell you what to do and then you leave. Blues, Sanskar, it was true. Georgia centre back first place when Georgia he played Euro very well, so he refused and stayed at Persepolis. Greg Stewart, tomorrow we look at the signing. Ogni, as a pure football fan, I'm disappointed about Greg Stewart because he said something when he left last winter. So that means his word doesn't count. And otherwise, for Mohan Bagan, hey, congratulations, you're getting a great player. When we can host World Cup, AFC, this mega event, why can't we develop proper grassroots youth for lack of interest, money, missing element? Hosting big ticket events is easier than doing the groundwork, right? That's the problem in India. It's easier, as I said, India could host tomorrow World Cup, no problem, but the grassroots has not sorted itself out. Greatest Indian captain according to you ever? Ogni, I have only seen Indian football closely in the last 25, 26 years. And if you ask me that question, then I would say Bachchan Bhutia to me as a captain. But which one will choose foreign winger or foreign CDM or two foreign centre backs? Who? Sanskar, who? You forgot Mandini Punyal, great personalities. Again, Dubajoti, yes, all of great personalities, but I think the biggest influence as captains had these two guys. There's nobody else in the world who's had a bigger influence as a captain than Franz Beckenbauer or Johann Cruyff. Sir, why is that every AFC Asian Cup is hosting Qatar or Saudi nations? Don't you think there's a corruption in AFC as well? Do you think AFC could have done better to increase the football in Asia better? Shokas, the 2023 AFC Asian Cup was supposed to be held in China. China backed out due to COVID, and then Qatar came in. So due to COVID, a lot of plans, ideas didn't work out. So therefore, they had to change things. So therefore, for me, there's no corruption in that way. It's just that they're willing to host the tournaments. The others aren't. Very simple. There is none. Manolo for India. Okay, Vinny, that's your opinion. And also, who should be the next captain men's national team? If Gurpreet continues, I think Gurpreet would be my first choice. So let's see what happens. Do you see that November scouting thing that Bajaj posted regarding Akash Negi? Arnab, I've seen it all. I know even what happened, and let's not get into these things. Very murky, very dirty. There are people like Ashish Negi who are trying to help Indian football, and other people who say they help Indian football, but they actually destruct Indian football. To start any league like ISL, A-League, J-League, does it require FIFA and FC approval? Yes, it does. Mohan can now appeal to PC as well, Anwar, not returning to practice. Yeah, they can. Will Delhi FC East Bengal Anwar face punishment amount of compensation one can receive? See, Anwar and Delhi FC punishment for me is a given. East Bengal, East Bengal is in a very dangerous thing. If it can be proven that they've approached the player, then they're in serious trouble. And again, if it doesn't happen in the PSC, it goes to FIFA, then they're even more bigger trouble. FIFA doesn't care who you are. They've given suspensions to Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Chelsea. Much, much bigger clubs. That's the reality. Rennery versus Brandon difference. Rennery was more of a winger. Brandon was more of a central player, both attacking. Do you think we need a new World Cup, even junior level? At least we can get another bunch, U70 kids with World Cup exposure like our last batch did, plus info development. Only under 17 is not going to happen. To me is, I think under 20 would be the next step. But again, under 20, can we do it? So let's wait and see. If Sanjay Gorka can spend 70 crore on team building, why can't he spend 20 crore for full-time resident? Then you produce your own loyal Anwar Ali. I agree. And I don't agree. Because even if you produce players, it doesn't mean that the players will be loyal to you. Reality. When I was Manolo, Habas, and Park, pick one. I don't pick any of them. Is Ashish Negi a journalist, agent, or scout? The young monk 22. Ashish is a journalist with an interest and desire to try and help Indian football. And therefore, yeah, he's tried to help. Now, if you take that help, good. If you don't take it help, let's see. Blue Goenka can just not disprioritize hope after getting lost in AC Malta, but will change priorities hope. So let's see. When we call Yamal GOAT, we need long way to go. Rank the foreign new player by the league that they play and the league quality. Rank them at least 4 or 5 players. Sanskar, I'm not going to go into detail, but again, you've seen from the transfers we've had a lot of players coming in from Greece. We've had a lot of players coming from Cyprus, from Eastern Europe. We've had players coming in again from Scotland. Yeah, let's see. Anwar Saga showed Kings unprofessional in football. Yeah, I'm already. Why J League successful, not I League, ISL not? Sanjay, professionalism, knowledge, desire. All these things is something that the Japanese have had and they've built on with their clubs and teams. We haven't. Our people have always tried to do shortcuts in Jugaad. So therefore, that's the difference. Simple difference between us and our football and that in Japan. Before ISL, after ISL, how do you see Indian player apart from money? They've not improved. So that's the problem. Do you think that the quality of foreign players in ISL is increasing every year with the exception of marquee players in the first few seasons? The quality has surely improved. The problem with the marquee players in the first couple of seasons was that, and I faced it at Mumbai as well, that they were over the top, they were over the hill. And to play in Indian conditions is not easy. So therefore, for me, very difficult. Very difficult. So therefore, yes, the quality has improved. Should Arda be starting Real Madrid starting lineup? Shokas, let's wait and see. Let Carlo play his magic and let's see who he picks. Havas to national team say he did good with Bolivia team. Agni, I don't want any coach with any links in the ISL. I want a new one, fresh ideas. No links with players here or there. No favoritism. I want a fresh person to come in. Therefore, none of Habas, Manolo, Roca, whoever is being named. No, I don't. Is Harry Kane curse real? Vineet, at the moment it looks like it is because Harry Kane has been missing titles, beat at Tottenham. Now, one season at Bayern, he missed all trophies that he could win. And also with England. I think this Anwar saga will go to FIFA, so Anwar is in serious trouble. Let's wait and see. Just asking how much a Bundesliga, if he comes to India, should charge 2-3 crore in his late 30s. Can they come scouted? Nah, you have to pay more. Much more of me. And they won't come. When are our boys going to come out of the bubble and try some clubs overseas when they get the chance? Okay, they will not. The problem is, and I said it last night in a tweet, they're spoiled by the money in the ISL. especially the younger ones. No one has the desire to go abroad. What's the biggest name playing in next ISL season? Yeah, good question. Biggest name. If I look at the CV, if he comes, Jamie McLaren could be one. Other one would be most probably John Toral at Mumbai. Is there a way we could identify the guys who handled India's 17 campaign and somehow hand them key positions there? Clearly, we need good administrators. And everyone knows who they were. So, yeah, but they're not going to come back. How to prove East Bengal approached by Mohan Bagan? And sir, please answer about amount of compensation one can receive. See, there's enough. There will be some sort of proof. And again, it's not about a signed copy of a contract. It can be even the approach can be a problem. And compensation Mohan Bagan, I don't know the figure. I would have to look at numbers and all, and then see what kind of compensation, what kind of things are Mohan Bagan going to demand. I think demand is going to be the salary, the loan fee. Maybe they'll ask for rent of stay, operations, this, that, everything. So I don't know how much that will be. Could be 8 to 10 crores, I guess. Does Mohan Bagan Mohammed ever bother about women's soccer? What's according to your main issue with soccer in India? Main remedy to see both at World Cups. Mohammedan has a women's team. They did it last season as well. But again, if I always say if a club doesn't want to focus on a women's team and wants to have a women's team, don't force it. Because if you force it, it's half baked. It doesn't make sense. Sir, can an Indian do UEFA license rather than AFC? Yeah, you can do an AFC license, UEFA license. You can do a North American, South American, African, Oceania license, wherever you want to go. Dylan Bollier in 2000 shouldn't pick him for that. Blue, okay. Can Anwar go to FIFA if the PC against Anwar? Onkon, he surely can. Why German league plays huge role in development of Asian players like Sonny and many more? Because they see it as a good development ground. Forget it. Asian players. Holland got developed there. Bellingham got developed there. So, Germany's been very good with its development. No one is loyal passion unless you give more money to the player. That is a very sad reality. I was never expected Sal will leave KBC. I mean, KBC built him from young player, and then KBC want him, he leave. Yeah, but that's the reality. How on earth can you draw with Real Madrid now? They will lose matches. That's football. Physically, Indians and Japanese are no different. Chandra, yeah, but we're not as good. We blame Federation player technical say what country plays much better football because of hunger or PO player. Hunger and PO players. So do you think Enzo Fernandez's comment is wrong? I mean, he is just stating facts, but in a wrong way. European countries give him easy syndrome, African players, Asian, etc. Nishant, the way he said it, what he said is racist, period. It's not stating facts. It is racist what he said, right? And Europe doesn't give easy citizenships. If you're born there, if you come there, I have a German passport. Why? Because I'm born here. These kind of comments, you have to be very careful what you say in today's world. They're now comparing that the Germans saying, oh, the Argentinians go low and we go high. Listen, you're comparing a sarcastic comment with a racist comment? How stupid are the Argentinians? It's just stupid what they're saying. Sorry to say that. It gets me angry. It is racist what they've said. And they should be suspended by FIFA and given proper bans. All of them who were on that bus and singing. FIFA now needs to take a stand on racism. And this is the best example. Goal scorer has been an issue since Sunil reached last stage of his career, or is it going for a long time? Was it meant to happen because of system? Sunil ended, until last year Sunil was scoring, and last year he didn't. So therefore, that's end of Sunil. Other found superstars coming out this season, which biggest one in the current ISL? As I said, I think Jon Toral, Nicolaus, those are big names. Our under 17 World Cup squad just disappeared. Only few are on the dam right now. The potential these boys could have been utilized well if they had proper vision. Akhil, around the world, If you look at teams, if you look at under 17, look at the under 17 Spain, England final in Kolkata in 2017. How many were playing in the Euro final? Right? So these are realities. Yeah. Sir, two strong and weak points about this Mohun Bagan team. Strong point, not points, I would say, is the attack. Has been the attack, will be attack. Very, very strong. Weak point is the defense. And it's not just Mohun Bagan. I think a lot of teams have this problem because then there's a lack of good Indian centre backs. All these teams across the league are struggling on that front. I think that's one of the biggest problems that we will have is quality defense. Yeah, that's a reality in my opinion, at least. That's a huge problem. How do you rate Cummings? I think he underperformed Nigel after scoring many goals in A-League and played in Australia main team World Cup. Blue, to me, Cummings will score if you're given the ball in the right way. He's a fox in the box, so yeah, but could he have done more? I think so. My time, hello, who will win Ballon d'Or this year? I hope Rodri, because I think there's no standout performer this year, really. So therefore, I would hope Rodri wins it. I think the Euros, Arunava Chaudhuri has not built Sasal. He's a UAE youth player. That's why his basic are much better than others. Sad reality. Yeah, that's very true. Jamie Atral, who will be best signing of the season? Any other player will surprise. Sanskar, as I said, let's wait and see. These kind of things we can discuss in late August, early September, once the market is closed, and they will see. We will see what happens. Do you think having Mr. Bhutta at helm instead of Mr. Chaudhuri would help? People say Bhutta won, but still Kalyan Chaudhuri was elected. Is it true? Why did you say it's so foolishly messy? Baichung didn't win. Kalyan won square and fair. But is he going to be better than Kalyan? I don't know. Baichung has never been an administrator in football, so no. Do you see Manolo leaving Goa if he's selected? Gaurav, yeah, if he's selected, most probably he would leave. But I don't know if he's going to leave or not, or if he's going to get selected. One good thing about Indian football and bad thing, I personally feel execution are very poor. Yeah. Arnab, but Casey had given chances Sal when he was young and when he was playing bad back him. Yeah, they've helped him. But Arnab's point about him being a UE product is very, very true. Does AFF has a plan for Olympics 2036? Glorious Gardens? Not that I know of. Bellingham for Ballon d'Or? He's not been playing well for 4 or 5 months. No chance. Which is football-wise richer via Bengal, Manipur or Kerala? They're all rich in their own different ways, Origin. To make this comparison is, I feel, very difficult. Very, very difficult. I feel that all these states have given something or the other to Indian football, which is very, very big, very, very important. So therefore, I wouldn't like to make a comparison on that front. East Bengal 6th foreign player update. There is no update my time. They're on looking, speaking for 3-4 players. Yeah, let's see. Which is your favorite new foreign player this season? Sanskar, let this transfer period go, and then I'll tell you who would be my favorite at the end of the transfer window. Sir, do you know Tolge saga? Same thing happened there. PC fine Mohun Baba Tolge play for Mohan, and then why play for East Bengal? Ankan, he can play. I think the rules are much tougher now. But if East Bengal by any chance has approached the player, which if you think about it has done, East Bengal get a transfer ban. So before the player can play for them, we're talking about most probably Jan 2026. I think this is something which is not very, very clear. There are rules and regulations how to do stuff. This is not the Wild West. The days are over when Wild West football used to be, do whatever you want to. Days are gone. And clubs, it doesn't matter which club. Any club does anything wrong in these things, will get a fine or suspension. Do you think Sergio Lobera would be the best choice for Indian football team coach? Boring Papa, not according to me, no. In the 50s, 60s, when we had no infrastructure, our team beat Japan, South Korea, but now we have so much we can't even beat Afghanistan. So in the 50s and 60s, nobody played. That's the reality why we were so good and the others didn't take football seriously. No? That all started in the 70s, and then things have changed over the last decades. If India loses countries, people lose interest and they go to support cricket, new fans will stop coming. Yeah, more really likely. Even I think our national attack is fine, but our problem is striker, but defense is poor in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. What do you want to say to people who see debate about Messi being GOAT? See, this GOAT debate is relatively difficult because we didn't see the earlier players. We are, when we're going to get old, we're not going to see players in 100 years, how they're going to play. So greatest of all times is a very difficult discussion, right? It's like in tennis when you say, listen, actually, Federer is the greatest. Nadal is, you know what? Djokovic has won more titles. But they say, you know what? Alcaraz is going to crash all their records. So therefore, GOAT debate is an utterly useless one. One thing you see problem in Indian football scouting apart from size. The scouting itself. What are you scouting for? That's the problem. If Manolo becomes national team coach, then he has to leave club coaching. Yes, Rupam, he has to do that. Is Indian football in its worst phase right now? Abhi, I think Indian football has gone through a number of phases which have been difficult. At the moment, it's being highlighted, but I think it will have had bad phases in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s as well. But at the moment, let's wait and see. Shah says Joy is Bengal. Will Mumbai loan an extra foreigner? Some reports are saying, what are your views? I don't think they're going to bring in an extra foreigner. Why Indian players not playing foreign league? My time simply said it's the money. It's the money which is too high in India. Why not Carvajal? He won everything. Brian, he did win everything, but is he the best player? We does not have mentality. Forget about any other topic. Our players will give up, other team win, but does not matter when they score. New coach will also suffer if our players do not show mentality. Let's see if they can. Sanskar, that's the question. Chima Okeri, how do you see him as foreigner compared to present foreign players at ISL? Or is it Chima had a distinguished career in football? I mean, he even went to play on in England, I think Grimsby Town, Sunderland, elsewhere. So, he was a class act, but let's wait and see what happens. I mean, today's foreigners are coming with a lot bigger pedigree than these guys in those days. So therefore, for me, I think, Chima was an exceptional player, exceptional talent at the time, but today's ones are also right. Pino George or Bibiano should be given charge of 23 on a 20 national team. The team will play properly under them, I think. I'm fine with Bibiano Akhil, but I don't think, no, not Pino George. What immediate changes would you make in football if you were given the power? See, immediate changes you can't make. This is also a misconception. If you come in and try and change things, you will have to find means and ways and understanding, and then try and, not your changes need to be midterm. They can't be short term. You have to analyze the system, realize what the weaknesses are, and then find allies to try and change things. That's, I think, the biggest challenge in the football has. Rahul, are state FA cooperative with AFF? Some are not. Shonok, Indian football seeks to learn use of wing backs, yeah. Do you think Thomas Miller underrated? Yeah, 100%. 100%. In 1956, we beat Aussies twice in their home. Yeah, but Sanjay, the Aussies today are much, much better than they were in 1956. That's the reality. Ajay, East Bengal 6 foreign players update. There is none. Odisha is cooking with Bumus. Yes, we need Messi versus here, Rohit versus Virat. It's difficult to choose one. Yeah. Ridoya, welcome back, sir. It seems like F is looking for highest experienced coach and Havas and most seems like favorites. So in this case, who would your choice and why? Both pros and cons, sir. Again, that is something that you think, but to me, I would like, I've said this multiple times, I would like someone else to come in. So therefore, let's wait and see. But if you would ask me between Havas and Manoro, I think Havas is the tougher taskmaster. So I think, let's see. Do you agree with Deadball TV guy that India has zero ability at Asian level, defense, attack, and midfield? I think zero ability is a little harsh, but we need to get better. How do you rate East European League? Well, they're good, but they're not as good as the Western ones, right? So that's the reality. Do you think Indian football team has to learn use of winbacks as other success? See, we need to find our own, Ronak, we need to find our own system. And then either we focus on our winbacks or on our wing play, focus on our midfield, penetration, and all these things. Let's see. So who will be future Indian coach? Any guess? Vasu at the moment. Let's wait and see. What about the players who have went to play outside but are not progressing a lot, even if they do Indian national team, don't call them and then they come back to form one Indian national team? Avi, if the players were so great, they would be succeeding at a higher level. And that would then open a lot of doors. Not happening. Right? When will come relegation? My time, no clarity at the moment. Greg versus Hugo versus Luna. Yeah, interesting. Bangladesh women's striker plays for East Bengal. Very, very true. Bibiano versus Mahesh Gauri. Who do you rate? I rate both of the guys. I know both as coach and as players in the past. Bibiano is a very, very stylish, creative midfielder. Mahesh Gauri, one of our best defenders. So, yeah, I rate both of them. What is the point of sign one foreign just like Jason in big money and then next season sell to other seasons? It will most stupid decision will not happen, so nothing will happen. This will before. Okay, sounds good. How did Aussie League with Scottish Premier League? The Scottish Premier League is much stronger than the Aussie League. Very simply said. Much, much stronger. Forget the World Cup. Our main aim should be to compete well in the Asian Cup and not get eliminated to this group stage. Akhil, very well said. In Chinese Super League, way ahead of ISL. How tough is Malaysian League compared to ISL? Yeah, the Chinese is way ahead. Malaysia, yeah, the top teams will most likely be better than us. Oh, Ballon d'Or given to Messi, why then he won the World Cup, right? Yeah, Raihan, most probably because of the World Cup. Do you think spending huge sums on men's senior team football can make any difference? They're spending already a lot, right? Can any transaction with a transfer loan be executed without agent? No, Shushmit, not at all. As I said, when will relegation come? I have no idea. My time, that's up in the air. He was not good than Holland that season. Yeah. We should be playing against Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, and any of the cup tournaments. SAF championship is literally making us think that we're a world-class team. Akhil, the point here is we are part of the SAF region, right? We are a key part of the SAF region. And we will remain a key part of the SAF region. And therefore, we'll have to play the SAF tournaments. So to me, there is no other option of saying, hey, listen, next year we want to play here or we want to play there. We are part of SAF, and it's not going to change. We're going to play Vietnam in October in a friendly. So, and yeah, Anna Viviano boys played very well, but now not up to the mark. Yeah, Vasu. Why does West Bengal TV media get so much involved in Indian football? There's an interest in Kolkata, in Bengal, in regard to football, right? So therefore, The media reports. Some of them report rightly, some of them report wrongly, some of them have an agenda, some of them want Indian football to succeed, some of them not. Different reasons, different means and ways of doing this. Do you think VR will anytime soon get implemented? I don't think so. I do not think it will be implemented anytime soon. And if I look at the Euros as a good example, is what's the use of VR? Spain cheated Germany and England cheated Netherlands. Hey, with VR, with the support of VR. Realities. Shishmit says, Gaurav, because it sells. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Why is it so involved? Because it sells, it creates content, it has traction, it creates interaction. That's the reason why Bengal media is so proactive in this space. So therefore they exist and therefore they're, so that's a reality. So that's how it is. And that's why it's there. Those of you who haven't, please like the stream. Those of you who haven't, please subscribe to Arunfoot. Crossed the 1,300 mark, 1,300 mark yesterday. So thank you very much for that. So please do leave a like, share as well, and let's grow. Rita, sir, can't we just send U20 players and some senior players with the team as a leader for SAF? Would it help our national team? The question is, how good are we? So we've sent under 23s in the past to SAF. But then the question is, how good is our team to play? Shushmit, have you seen Negi versus Bajaj face-off? What do you think? Yes, I've seen it. Ashish is doing his job as a journalist. But he's doing more than just being a journalist, because he's tried to support Indian football wherever he could. And now you're being blamed for doing what you're trying to do, support. And I say, I fully understand what someone like Ashish does. It's great that he's around, that people like him are trying to support Indian football. And for me, people who harm Indian football more will not be happy if these kind of people try to raise topics, try to help. Again, I know that I've tried to help. I have been abused by this gentleman as well. So take it. I take it up. These are the realities. People who harm the system rather than help the system will always sell themselves. Where can Chante play if you went overseas? Blue, see, coming to talk about help and support for Indian football, I enabled Chante to go to Norway in 2019. He was on training trial with Viking Stavanger. Did get a contract offer, but then went back to India because, So therefore, for me, I think Scandinavia could be something. Austria, Switzerland, maybe Netherlands, Belgium. These smaller leagues, I think, would be something which works. That's how it should be across India. Monak, totally agree. I would love to see such media coverage in general, be it in Hindi, be it in English, be it in other languages. It is a lot. You don't hear much about it, but it's a lot similar in Kerala with the media over there. But we hear, Bajaj back to his old tricks. Shushmit says, Gaurav, did you read his latest article on salary? Yes, I did. Is bar galat panga ke liya? Is bar galat panga le liya? Okay. He picked the wrong fight. If I try and translate it in a simple way. Once again, reminder, those of you who haven't, please subscribe to Arunfoot. Please leave a like, leave a share as well. Let's get more people involved in our conversations. Thank you to those of you. And therefore, any support in that way is welcome. And therefore, for me, that is fun, right? It's your choice among Park, Habas, and Manu. I wouldn't take any of the three, if you ask me. They're not my favorite. I don't think that these are the ones that I would take. So, how many language can you speak properly? 4, understand most probably 7, 8. Are these European academies here really helping Indian football, or are they just here for business? Do you know any kids who are getting the professional football exposure in these academies? Akhil, the European academies are what you call pay-to-play models. So they are here as a PR extension of their respective clubs. And therefore, if you expect talents to come out of them, whoever thinks that is putting his kid into an FCB Escola, Real Madrid, Fundación, Man United, Soccer School, Arsenal, whatever the name is, you're on the wrong track. Because these academies are there, they're more of a PR thing than about creating talent. How will AFF pay for new coach? Do they have money? I see Indian coach. They have the money. They have more money than I think many people think they have. And they've gone to the government for funding, for support for the new coach. So let's wait and see. And I hope, and I wish we don't get an Indian coach. Only hope, only wish. Otherwise, it's going to be problematic for us, I feel. I might be wrong, but I don't have a good feeling if we say that we're going to get an Indian coach into let's see. So what is this hype around Park? I've literally seen people commenting on his name, so it's getting that. Is he that good, sir? Ridhir, I don't know. And again, this is all people doing a little bit of online research and thinking they understand and know. Yes, he's done great work in Vietnam, great work. But he had the full support of the Vietnam Football Federation, the VFF. He will not have that in India. So even if he wanted to, he will not get the results that he thinks that he can get. That is my basic understanding of the situation. Based on Arun, why does one get abused by so many for speaking the truth or reality in Bengal? Notes to myself, that is the harsh reality of things, that people don't want to accept what the reality is. Fans of the big clubs don't want to accept reality. People who follow Indian football, even the media guys, don't want to accept reality because they live in their own bubble, right? And they've lived, too long in this bubble. And we're not progressing the way we need to, and that's just the biggest concern, because they live in that bubble, because they talk about the 50s and 60s and 70s, about the glorious days, this, that, everything. We've achieved nothing. We should have achieved much, much more. But we are fine. People are fine with mediocrity. They're fine with failure. Can we realistically qualify for the next Asian Cup? Waman, if I would know this, I could be, a fortune teller, but I don't know. I really wish, I hope we qualify for the next Asian Cup, but the road is going to be tough. And the new coach will have to rebuild the team. So therefore, whoever it is, let's hope he can do it. Blue, I must say the Kolkata Giants are in super toxic relationship. Yeah, I think it lives off toxicity, I think, those are the brutal realities of Indian football, that we're hoping for things to happen, hoping for things to change, but let's see. Deepak, do you think Sunil Shetty should have retired earlier so that people could see Indian football reality? it's a yes and a no. On one side, yes, if we had gone earlier, would we have realized our problems earlier? Maybe, maybe not. I think Sunil has tried to uplift our standards as long as he could. And at some stage over the last 12 months, he must have realized, you know what, I'm getting old. I'm not having that impact that I used to have. Yeah. Don't you think ISL clubs have failed to uplift Indian football? Sanjay, this is not a yes or a no question, um, because the ISL clubs have done a lot of things, also due to the ISL and due to the under 17 World Cups. Mm, so therefore, they've done upliftment, but in other areas they failed. Yeah, but again, if we look at club football, I think club football has failed in India over the decades, because commercially we've not made club football viable. That's the biggest failure of Indian football I see. We've never made club football viable. That's the reality. That nothing changed. So yeah. How do you think Indian players can go to leagues like J League 2, K League 2, or Middle Eastern leagues? Do you think if clubs retire, they might go to foreign leagues? Um, they would have to drastically reduce salaries for Indian players to, get out of their comfort zone and go abroad. And and the foreign clubs need to have an interest in Indian players. So therefore, I don't know. Oh, on age fraud in U17 batch. Okay. I think we're not a team that is worse than Bangladesh and Afghanistan. Okay, Deepak. Why do Indian clubs have more of a head coach rather than managers? Because you have people in the clubs running the overall structure. The guy is there just to coach. Monak, to be honest, Monbagan's social media posts are consistently hate mongering and vindictive in nature, with Dixon's East Bengal try to give it back to him. I think this should be avoided. See, I think if you ask me, both sides should avoid it. I think the rhetoric needs to be toned down. I think the clubs need to be more aware. The fans need to be more aware. We saw in the derby earlier this week violence at the Salt Lake Stadium metro station. I hope it doesn't get worse and someone gets serious danger or maybe even get killed. That's the danger. So I hope that is avoided and the clubs understand it and make it the right things. So what's the latest movie series you have watched? Any recommendation? Yeah, it's not football related. Rita, I watched it. I've been watching and I watched again. Welcome to Wrexham. I've watched the new Star Wars series Acolyte. Um, I watched an old but new episodes, old series out of the UK, which is called Doctor Who. So yeah, those are some of the things that I've watched in the recent past. Is it possible for a coach to be manager of a club and country at the same time? Is it allowed? A woman, yes, it is allowed, but I think it's not preferred. Arcotweets wrote a post on X yesterday about how one of the players in the 2017 batch, born 2001, was initially part of born 1997 batch, and the academy had apparently slipped in the conversation. Wouldn't be surprised, Navneet. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out that a lot of these boys in the under 17 squad were not under 17. Reality of Indian football. That's part of our brutal reality, right? That we're not cheating anybody else, we're cheating ourselves. I think that's the thing that we need to learn. That's the understanding we need to have. That that things need to change, and yeah, very, very, very sad. Do you think this type of heat and toxicity, toxicity happens in any other derby? Toxicity is there, you know. But I think the problem is it's moving in a direction which is, in my opinion, very, very dangerous. And on one side, there is this, what I feel is a sort of a Mohun Bagan arrogance. And on the other side is an East Bengal desperation for success. If you're somewhat even, you win some, you lose some, you win some titles, you win some titles. It's more even, but this has been very one-sided now for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Yeah, that's the problem. So this time will be a great, great and super great derby this season. Joy East Bengal. Rumolo, let's wait and see. Say any words of Mumbai City chance on how far they can go and why teams prefer to send B teams to a Durham Cup. We need, because they want to focus on the preseason, right? The Durham Cup is too long in this current format. I think it serves no purpose. I think that's what coaches think and feel. I think Mumbai City's transfers have been good so far, very good to some extent. I think Mumbai looks the most balanced team to me in the ISL. And let's see. What are the expectations from Mumbai East Bengal from the upcoming Asian Games? Well, I think Asian Champions League, you mean? Nothing. A lot of nothing. Any Indian club going to Asia, I expect nothing. Now, if you look at Champions League last year, I didn't expect much from Mumbai City. Proved to be right. I'm not expecting much from Mohun East Bengal as well. And let's see if they do something positive, I'll be happy. Bant is fine, but we don't want the derbys to look like Copa America matches. Deepak, exactly. Copa America matches are a very good example. Terrible, terrible way. So watching Kolkata Football League, Shumulo, sadly not. Initially busy with the Euros, now with some other football work. So therefore, no, I've not been able to see it. You talked about toxicity. How does German clubs deal with such type of situation? See, they've got club people. They have people working in clubs who coordinate with the fans, who interact with the fans, understand what is here, what is there, and they try to preempt such situations. I don't think any Indian club has that, which is sort of a fan coordinator. Let's say, let's call him a fan coordinator. So therefore, in that way, they try to avoid it. And it's not just German, but I think across European football, you have that. After East Bengal stellar window, do you think they are at par with Mumbai City? No, I don't think so. I think East Bengal still needs to strengthen centre back, and they need to strengthen their bench. I think the bench at East Bengal is not good enough. That's something which I feel is there. So have you heard about Alan Sarji, brother of Alex Sarji from Lansakan, joining FC Goa, going good jump forward to look out for? I've heard about Alan Sarji. Okay, I didn't know that he's Alex Sarji's brother. Heard about something about this guy, but I don't know what to expect. Again, no expectations. Dada, are you feeling drowsy? No, the young monk 22. I'm not feeling drowsy. I'm just feeling hot. I mean, it's inside here, it's 32, 33 degrees. And in Germany, we don't have sort of ACs or fans or whatever. So it was, yesterday morning was 8, 9 degrees. So it's just, 25 degrees warmer and it's scorching hot inside. So therefore, maybe sorry if I don't come across the freshest, but yeah. Is for young players in Europe, if you're a big club, we are loaned to small club or next door, your performance will judge by most of young prospects. Some would see, yes, a lot of young players go to big clubs, but then they get loaned, as you say, or some players nowadays try to tend and go rather smaller clubs and they work their way up. Look at Holland. Holland from Norway could have gone to Man United. What did he do? He went to Salzburg, went to Dortmund, and then went to Man City. Could have taken the direct route. Bellingham went from Birmingham to Dortmund, then went to Real Madrid. So therefore, that model is there. Mumbai City is a good club. Hope it will be the biggest Indian club in future. Chetan, let's see. They're doing this. They've done a lot of things right. Now let's grow the fan base, grow the support, and then let's see where Mumbai City can reach in the future. Shmuel, Real Madrid this season looks very strong on paper, off the field, and also on the field. Yeah, they look very good on paper, but it's on Carlo Ancelotti to try and sort this squad out. I think that's the biggest challenge that Ancelotti has. Very talented squad, a lot of attacking players. Losing course, I think, is a let's see if they can sort it out. Very interesting to see. It's Earth 8:30 and still the sun is still on these days of the year. I mean, it's 8:30 and the sun is still out. It'll be out for another 2 hours, Monok. So yeah, I think 10:30 to 11 o'clock it's gonna get dark. Right, 1 hour 25, 1 hour 26 minutes nearly done. Still 20 of you watching. Thanks a lot again for joining me on this live. Sorry I was late today, but yeah, those of you who haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Those of you who haven't liked this video, please like this video. Let more people know that this video exists in the internet and that more people can watch it and maybe join us. And those of you who haven't, I made a video this morning on Jackson joining East Bengal yesterday. As we had discussed earlier in the week, I'd done a video on my UEFA Euro 2024 11, my best 11, so to say. And earlier this week, I did a video on should FSDL enforce the salary cap in the Indian Super League. So therefore, our Thomas Muller's retirement. So there's a lot of videos out there. Watch them, do support them, you know, and therefore keep supporting. At the end, I just don't understand what these two clubs of West are trying to prove. Can you tell me long-term visions of these clubs? Gaurav, why do you want a long-term vision? It's about success in the next season. You know? So therefore, for me, there is no long-term vision, man. It's about success in the next 12 months. And there are a lot of clubs around the world who have this strategy. For them, it's not about development. I've said, with the money that Mohun Bagan has been spending, I would love to have seen Mohun Bagan spend 5 to 10 crores every year on their youth and grassroots structure. East Bengal, I can say the same thing, but they won't do it. So therefore, it's the reality. They will try and build on the short term, which is harming them. It's harming us. It's harming Indian football. But hey, who cares? How Belling will ever work to approve a small club in Exeter and UK? Shyam, that's the charm, right? Exeter FC, you say it. That's the charm. That small clubs create players and then they go up through the pyramid. We need to create that pyramid, work on the pyramid. So we all the talk about academies. How difficult is it to have an academy like Clairefontaine in France? Is it budget or knowledge issues? Clairefontaine is not an academy. Clairefontaine is the National Training Center. It's like St. George's in England or the new DFB Center of Excellence in Frankfurt, or even the AFF Center of Excellence in Kolkata of the AFF. It's not an academy. It's the finishing school, so to say, of the French Football Federation. And again, it's for Indian standards, it's knowledge and they have a long-term plan, vision, and spending as well. Look at Mumbai; they also have a long-term vision. Gaurav, Mumbai has a long-term vision, amongst other things. Why? Because I managed the club in the first year. We created a long-term vision. We focused in year one on grassroots. We didn't say we're going to do this in U-turn, whatever, blah blah. No, we said we're going to do grassroots. Let's do the basics right. Let's educate people. Let's work with people. These two clubs don't want to do that. So therefore, let's not talk to them. Sir, is AFF going to sort list for tomorrow, or is it still in process? Supposedly tomorrow they're meeting. Exco. Let's see if they're going to be presented with the list, or if I don't know. Do you think teams are missing in ISL? Yeah, I mean you would, but again, you have to get in. Doesn't AFF have license credit for having academies? Is it not strictly enforced? Navneet, they had it. They have diluted it over the last 2 years. And that is one of the problems of Indian football. Market and the culture is not good enough for the legacy they will invest for their profits. Yeah, Chetan, that's the reality. But Mumbai City have not challenged in youth either in Reliance, RFDL or Youth U17. Shreyam, it takes time. And Mumbai City is not buying players left, right, and center. You're trying to give chances to kids who are coming through your system. It's about creating players. It's not about having success at that level. That is another huge mistake in Indian football, in my opinion. Because you think, oh, under 13, under 15, under 17, out of there, you're winning, blah, blah. Are you producing players or not? Individual success is more important than team success at that level. I think Mohan is should cooperate with European clubs like Mumbai, with City and Cap, because I don't think Mohan is an experienced manager. The problem is, I think nobody wants to work with them. Atletico tried with 80K, and that could have worked with that, but didn't. So yeah, Kolkata is very, very difficult. All right, guys, over 1.5 hours. It's quite hot and humid. Just want to have a quick sip as well of something cold. Some cold water with ice, I think, would be nice to get. Me with a splash of flavor, I think orange or something, or lime. Thanks a lot again for joining in. As always, fun. Yeah, join me back. Trying to do one tomorrow. Let's see if I can do that. And we'll keep it on the transfer latest Q&A on Indian football. Let's keep on speaking. Thanks a lot, Blue, as well, for your questions, points, and raising. And Shyam, just to answer is, but I'm not talking about winning, but general lack of players. But Mumbai City has radios only. Mumbai players is good enough. Mumbai is so big. Mumbai is bigger than some countries in other parts of the world. So that's not the problem. It's just the finishing touch needs to be there. And the competition needs to be there, which is difficult in Mumbai. Right. Thanks a lot. Try to answer all your questions. Good night, and I'll be back tomorrow. Subscribe, like, and share Arun Foot. Bye, guys.